Alright, we'll make sure nothing explodes. Speaking of Speaking of skong, we skongin'. We doing a mini skong stream. An itty bitty stream of song. Cause we're dirt poor. We have no money. We have no cash money. We need some cash money. Let's say that I'm live though, right? I think so. Yeah, we exist. Man, skong. So yeah, quick little skong stream. Just over lunch, we're very poor. We're very poor and we're very broke. And I want to spend some cash money. Yeah, so we'll head all the way back. I know, right? We're doing a little bit of skong. Mainly because I'm broke and I want to buy more stuff at the grocery store for Hornet. Hornet has no cash money. She is 18 bucks to her name. We skongin' because we're poor and I want to buy some of those traps. And I feel like, you know, if we actually play skong for real, I'm gonna go over my lunch break. So we're gonna go back to that one place where we farmed a bunch of things, and we're gonna farm some more things. I know, right? Listen, this game is so good. This game is so good. Let's say hello to our friend. Wake up, friend. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, you want to go? Look at him. He's called the Bell Beast. I love him. I love him so much. He's so good. Name time close enough. Alright, I think we want to go... Yeah, back here. Man, I love our friend so much. Look at him, he's so happy. He's so happy. We definitely scared away that poor bug that was just hanging out here earlier, but it's fine. But yeah, let's head back up to where there's a bunch of boys to farm. And we're gonna farm those boys. And you got the first, hell yeah. First king once more. And we can't be shramping during skong. That's illegal. Alright, let's beat up some boys. Let's remember how to play. Let's beat up some boys because we are in desperate need of some cash. We are in desperate need of some cash money. Some desperate need. Dude, is Mr. Impatient okay? Like, mentally? Is the dude... Is he okay? If he keeps calling this much, like... And he hasn't really stopped. And the voice, man. That would drive me up the wall, actually. That would actually drive me insane. Like, can he not chill for 0.2 seconds? Dude, nothing is gonna be solved in the next 20 minutes if he just waits. If he just waits a little bit. Yeah, time to email him and be like, dude, please. Dude, please chill. It's like, dude, please. 3 times over the span of just an hour. That's insane. Like, the most I've ever done was I left a voicemail and then I was like, oh shit, I didn't say all that I needed to say, so I call back and then say the rest and then I leave it alone. Instead of constantly. Man, I wish you luck. I wish you luck with the dude. So yeah, if you're wondering if there's gonna be any more content besides me just running back and forth and doing this, there's not gonna be any more content. I want to beat up these boys until I'm no longer poor and can afford some good money, and this is... Yeah, we farming runes. Oh, I didn't sit, hold on. It's funny too, because when I played a little bit of Bloodborne when I was at Sam's place when she was busy, maybe 10% was it actually, you know, fighting the boss. The other half was just me going back and just farming. I think we get about 10-ish per run, but it's a consistent 10. Like, it's a consistent, takes 2 seconds. Yeah, we get about 10 per run. There are boys that drop more, but it doesn't have the ease of there's a bench right over here. We can just... and then just... How are you supposed to get heals? Cry. I'm really not a fan of the fact that you have to collect like the bunch of like the heals. And then if you lose them all during a boss fight, but you don't defeat the boss, then you just have to go back and you have to farm them again. Also, Abe Lixer, how's it going? We farming. We farming. So I would do really good. Well, not really good. I would do okay at a boss, and it would be almost dead, but then I'd be out of heals. And then I died at the end, and then I'm like, damn it, now I have 0 out of 20 heals because I wasted them all on this boss, and I have to go back to Yarnum, and I have to farm more. Bloodborne is really good for people who are good at games. For people like me who has not finished one FromSoft game in my life, it's not a very good strategy for me. But don't worry, you weren't missing anything. That's just unfortunately how the game works. Yeah, like, because I watched someone do a full Bloodborne playthrough. I made the mistake though. I watched someone play it in 2015, I believe, and then in 2016, I got PlayStation 4 of my very own. And you know what? And before that, I never really used controllers much. I was mostly just PC gamer guy. So I made the mistake for my very first PlayStation 4 game with my very first PlayStation 4 controller to play Bloodborne for some fucking reason. Why? I don't know. Why? Who knows? I'm still asking my past self that question. Right, so I made it through maybe an hour and then I gave up. And then I returned to it again when I was visiting Sam. Because, you know, she's in nursing school, so she obviously can't entertain me every moment of the day, and I wouldn't ask her to. Right, so I played some Bloodborne at her house. And I got it to the guy, like the first skill check guy. The guy in the graveyard with the hat, you know? That guy. Don't remember his name. He's just that guy. And then, you know, the vacation ended. And I haven't really had an urge to go back. Yeah, the first main actual boss. I defeated the giant dog. Right? And that was the first time I ever did that. Actually, no, I did defeat him. Hold on, I did defeat him. And then I got to the area where there's a bunch of guys shooting at you all the goddamn time. And I got so mad that then I quit. So I did defeat him, but then I got to that area where I got sniped from 10 million yards away. Yeah, cause you just get sniped from 10 million yards away, and the distance between the lamps, or the bonfires, was so far away I would just keep running back and forth, and then I got mad, and then I quit, and then I played something else on her PlayStation. And then we watched K-dramas. And then I watched her work while watching K-dramas. Because I didn't want to play Bloodborne anymore. You're gonna go again because Peak with friends? Hell yeah, enjoy Peak. I need to yell at people to play Peak when I'm not playing Rain World. Yeah, because it's such a pain. It's such a pain. That walk back was awful. That walk back was actually garbage, and it made me so upset. It made me so upset, so that's when I gave up. Because when I was watching the dude stream, right, so I already knew all of the bosses and the ending and all of that. I went back in my memory, and I remember how much he struggled with it, and I'm like, oh no, he's good at Souls games. Oh yeah, I heard about that. If you climb to the person shooting you, it's like an impossible boss fight. Yep, so you can't even take out the dude who's giving you grief. Man. Especially, I also remember for the DLC too, how much he struggled with the spider boss from the DLC. And this dude was good at Souls games. And he spent legitimately a whole 7-hour stream just trying to defeat the spiders. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to do that. You think sometimes the guy even jumps down if you... No! That is why. That is why I have never beaten a FromSoft game. We did get 50 hours. The stream VODs are unfortunately lost because that was before I started highlighting stuff. So unfortunately the Elden Ring playthrough is lost to time. We did play about 50 hours of it. And then I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So then I decided we're not going to do this anymore. Because something about difficult games in the third dimension. Right? Like, I have 100%ed 9 souls, but I haven't done the hard boss on regular difficulty, though. Right? I did the final scary boss on standard difficulty, because it would still count for, well, for story difficulty, because it would still count for the achievement. But I defeated her weaker version on regular mode. Right? And I can do Rain World just fine too, even though I get salty sometimes. Same with, you know, Hollow Knight. We did Hollow Knight. We didn't defeat Absolute Radiance, but we defeated Nightmare King Grim, and that was pretty cool. But once they add in the third dimension is too complicated. The third dimension is too complicated. Cause with Skong, right, I only have to worry about this 2D flat plane. I can either go this way or this way. And all my dodging stuff either requires going this way or that way, right? But when it's in 3D, you have to circle the enemy, and that's too much. When you have to circle and you have to dodge roll correctly. When you have to parry, that's another thing I really struggle with Bloodborne, parrying. I'm really bad at parrying timing. Nine Souls makes it slightly easier, because even if you fuck up the parry, you still, you don't really lose health. Your health recharges even if you fuck it up really bad. As long as you press the parry button, then you'll be okay some of the time. Oh, Nine Souls is great. Also, the great thing too about Nine Souls is that there's multiple difficulty options. There is multiple options for difficulty. And even better, right? What you can do is the story difficulty has sliders. So if you're like me who is struggling really bad at a boss and just wanted to learn their movements, I could turn down the amount of damage they give to me to pretty much 0. Right? And I can just focus on, you know, dodging their attacks, and I can learn how to do it. Which is very, very nice. You just have to make a separate save file for it, because once you change it to story mode, you can't change it back. Plus, all of the achievements except finish the game are all achievable in story mode. So what I did was I played on story mode first, until I got the hang of the combat, and then I played on regular mode for my second playthrough. It was so nice. And this is coming from someone who, as I said earlier, is really bad at parrying and parry timing, right? I could parry in that game. It took a lot of practice, but I was able to figure it out. Man, this guy and his rules. Chill out, my dude. Because there's both a visual cue and an audio cue when you're supposed to parry. Right? So the game legitimately tells you when to do it. And it's so nice. So no more guessing like Bloodborne, just kind of praying, right, that it works. It gives you a nice little sound and visual cue. Oh, I thought I had silk left. So, for people like me who is so bad at parrying, it's also the reason why... Oh, we do have like 400. We could go buy something. We'll farm a little bit more, just in case there's something uber expensive that we want. Because we do want that simple key, but I think we'll go for the shop with the big gal instead. I can remember where that is. Because we do want that simple key. That simple key is very expensive though, and we can open that door immediately. How much do we have? You know what? Yeah, let's go for the key. Because there was that door, and I know I'm gonna forget about the door. Plus this farming spot is really nice. This farming spot is so nice. Plus the key's at the shop as well, and that's a hop, skip, and a jump away. Plus, I don't know, farming... I'm having a lot better time farming in Silksong right now than I ever did in Elden Ring. Or Bloodborne, you know? Because it's easy, right? We just go, and then we bop them, and then we go back and we sit and we respawn. Right? It takes 2 seconds. World's longest Silksong playthrough, but that's okay. We want to buy all the things. Also, Apex, how's it going? We've just been running back and forth, farming these boys during my lunch break. Yeah, and it's so easy. It takes 2 seconds. It's perfect during lunch break hours to just bop, and then we get 10 free each go around. We started at what, 18, 20, and we're already at 470 something. It's so simple and clean, like Kingdom Hearts. Another series that I still need to play. Right, because when I went to so imagine we lad Thigh, we still had my my pink Nintendo DS, right? I went to the GameStop, right? And I was like, hey, I want Kingdom Hearts. But the struggle is that there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts, right? So I just picked the first fucking Kingdom Hearts game that I saw on the shelf. Which was not one, it was, what was it, 365 over something or other days, right? You know the one. I don't have to say more than that. So that is the one and only, Kingdom Hearts game that I've ever played on my pink Nintendo DS that I got at GameStop. Yeah. And you know, I've always been, like, of course my parents didn't know about Kingdom Hearts, right? My parents are 40 and 50 years older than me, respectively, right? And you know, I've always been a socially anxious person, right? So I'm not just gonna fucking ask the employee, that's too normal. That's too normal for me to do, and I was even more socially anxious than I am now, right? So I'm not just gonna go ask. So I grabbed the first one and it was the same with and this happened twice, by the way. This story happened 2 times, right? Because I had heard about how great Final Fantasy VII was, right? But I didn't know it was Final Fantasy VII as a wee lad. I just heard Final Fantasy. So, same thing, I went to the Target this time. So I went to the Target, and once again, I grabbed the first Final Fantasy that I saw. And I don't remember which one it was. But I knew it wasn't 7, but I didn't know that it was 7, the one. I just had seen pictures of it, right? And the pictures didn't match. I still played it, but I don't remember which one it was. Because my child brain blocked out the number. And I remember that the art said Final Fantasy on it, but obviously that doesn't really help me much when I'm trying to remember which Final Fantasy, right? So maybe I'll have to look at the Nintendo art for all the Final Fantasies and we'll have to see which one I actually ended up playing, which I don't remember at all. Shout out to my Nintendo DS that I had as a child. It had Nintendogs, it had Kingdom Hearts 365 over 5 days, and a Final Fantasy game, which I don't remember. Oh, and the hamster game. You guys remember the hamster game that was like Nintendogs but hamsters? You remember that. Yeah, Beck, you remember that. Yeah, hamsters with a Z. Hamsters with a Z. Hamsters with a Z. And then I also had dogs with a Z. And I had cats with a Z, because having a Z at the end of things made it cool. Hell yeah, you don't need to watch your brother play Little League. You have hamsters with a Z. Yup, and I was obsessed with dogs with a Z, right? Because my family, it's funny because I was a dog person when I was younger, but now I've gone back to being a cat person. Because when I was younger, my family, we had 2 cats. And they were very finicky cats, so obviously we couldn't have a dog with the cats. So I was like, when I move out, I'm gonna have a dog. Then I realized as I grew up that dogs are a lot of fucking work. Dogs are a lot of work compared to my introvert lifestyle with my cat, right? So I have come full circle. Especially since, you know, sometimes if I'm feeling sick or if I'm just tired, right? I don't really want to take a dog out for a walk. Sometimes I just want to be a little homebody. Exactly, dogs are just children but cheaper, exactly. Right, so now I'm much better just having a cat. Much, much better. Plus, you know, I'm the dog uncle to my coworker's dog, Tater Tot. Right, so it works out. I can be the cool dog uncle without any of the responsibility. Right, I still dog sit, Tater Tot, right, when he's out of town. But like, a few days is way easier than, you know, full-time dog parent, right? So much easier. I'm the cool dog uncle. So yeah, I just lived my childhood dog dreams through Nintendogs and Dogs with a Z. And it was a good time. It was a very good time. Trying to think, and then I also got the Wii, right? But I was so jealous because my friend had the Wii Fit board, and I was like, I want the Wii Fit board. So sometimes, right, my friend would be busy because her parents really wanted her to be a gifted child, right? So sometimes I hope she's doing okay, by the way. It has been many years since we last talked. I really hope she didn't burn out. Right, but I would just, while she was busy, right, I would just go over to her house and play on the Wii Fit. She wouldn't even have time to, like, you know, hang out with me. I would just go there and I would just play on the Wii Fit board because I thought it was neat. Big greatest speedrunning Mega Man X, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I really hope though. But funny story about that friend though. So I had a sleepover at her house with myself and a couple of other homies, right, for her birthday. And I felt so bad because we were gonna put on a movie, and this is me in like 5th grade, right? We itty bitty thigh who was about to just discover warrior cats for the first time, right? So, she put on Pride and Prejudice. And I'm like, I felt so bad because I was so bored. I was so bored. But of course, I didn't say anything. But I came home from the sleepover. And my mom was like, hey, Thai, how was the sleepover? And I was like, it was great until we started watching Pride and Prejudice. Then I was bored as fuck. Of course, I didn't say as fuck as a 5th grader, but you know. So yeah, she put on Pride and Prejudice. Actually, I'm surprised that this was a 5th grade birthday party. We played cricket. We played cricket. Oh no, or it wasn't cricket. It was the game with the balls, and then you like push the balls with the it's like English, right? And I don't think that's cricket, because cricket's with the bats. Croquet. Yeah, it was croquet. We played croquet. We got there eventually. Yeah, you know the sports game with the balls and you hit the balls. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we played croquet. That's what we played. 5th grade slumber party, we played croquet and then watched Pride and Prejudice. Yeah. And I mean, she went hard with the croquet. Like she set up like everything. I don't think there's much to set up because it's just, you know, the little sticks. You just have to grab the sticks and then you have to make the little goals, right? But so yeah, imagine a bunch of 5th graders playing croquet and then watching Pride and Prejudice. Good times. Good times. The duality between, because we were like a squad of 3, right? Plus some others, right? So the duality, I would go over to her house for the Wii Fit and then we would play croquet and watch Pride and Prejudice. And I would go over to my other friend's house and she had a GameCube, right? So we'd play Smash and Kirby Air Ride and Mario Sunshine. And when it was my turn with Mario Sunshine, I would just spray everything with the water. I would be that. Listen, I feel like I was made for Power Wash Simulator. I would play Mario Sunshine, not even to progress, just to spray it on the walls and clean everything. And then we would go on neopets.com. Good times. Good times. And then webkins, of course. Webkins are beloved. Right, I had a bunch of webkins when I was younger too. Webkins, my absolute beloved. All my homies love webkins. I remember this one funny story though that my friend told me. She was going to she went to the store, right, to pick up a frog webkins. I don't remember why I remember the specific breed of webkins, right? So she goes to check out with her parents, right? And the checkout person, right, the cashier, cuts off the tag with the webkins code. So she gets home, she doesn't even notice. She gets home and she can't even register her webkins because the cashier cut off the tag on her green tree frog webkins. And it was the saddest day our childhood brains ever knew. It was the saddest day we ever knew. It was so sad. It was so heartbreaking. A moment of silence for that green tree frog webkins. Because I think too, I remember they went back, right? When she told her parents about it. But they didn't have any more frog webkins in stock. So they couldn't get her another frog webkin. It was so sad. It was so sad. That frog webkins never got to experience the gloriousness of the digital age. Alright, we have 800. I think that's enough. No, let's go up to 900. Just in case. We got time. I only need like 10 minutes to run back, grab the simple key, and grab some stuff. I know, it was so sad. It was so sad. So I hope my friend with the frog webkins and my friend who had the Pride and Prejudice party are doing good all these years later. I hope their 28s are treating them good. Cause I did a little bit of LinkedIn stalking, Right, just a little bit as a treat. Yeah, Tony, you beat me to it. I did a little bit of LinkedIn stalking as a treat, right? So I found my one friend, right, who is really, really extroverted, right? It was a joke that she would do all the talking for me because I was a very anxious child. In fact, this is the friend who, when I won a contest for Radio Disney for my cat poem, I was so anxious about being on the radio, she pretended to be me for me and did the whole radio interview, right? Like super, super amazing friend. Right? So she's a nurse, right? And I'm like, yeah. She was talking about going to nursing or teaching and she became a nurse, and I'm like, yeah, that suits her. And then I tried to find her twin sister, who we're also friends with, because I'm 90% sure that she must have been an artist, but I can't find her. But her first name's very common, so I think that's why it's harder for me to LinkedIn stalk her. Their younger brother I need to actually LinkedIn stalk, right? I forgot to do him. I forgot to LinkedIn stalk him, so I'll have to do that later. Right, very important. And my other childhood friend, she's made it big. She's in New York. She's in New York. I don't remember if she's still, I think she's done with her art degree. But she's in fancy New York, and that's cool. I just think that's neat. I say is I think everyone in New York is really cool, especially someone in New York with an art degree and able to afford to live there. I just think that's neat. So she's doing great. And then sometimes I LinkedIn stalk my asshole ex who thought he was Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. He thought... True, I am living in Big Cali, and that is also fancy. That is also fancy. But yeah, my asshole ex, who thought he was a Game of Thrones character, legit, I stalk him a little bit too as well for funsies. He's also in California, but he's in the northern part of California, so there's no chance we'll ever run into each other, and it's great. Because I never want to run into him ever again. And you know what? So, and he's teaching, which really surprised me. So, you know what? I just have to hope that he's a better person now. We did break up, I think, over 10 years ago at this point. Right? So I have to hope that 10 years later he's doing better. And not thinking that he's Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. Yeah, it caught me so off guard. But you know what? People can change in 10 years. So I have to just hope. Yep, Theon fucking Greyjoy. You know the dude that gets abused by Ramsay. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but I know that because he would post about it on his Tumblr. And then, of course, when I was, like, going through the list of names, right, as all trans people do, right, I was thinking what my middle name wanted to be, and then one of his friends got mad because I chose the name of a fictional character at first, because his friend was like, you can't choose the name of a fictional character for your middle name, because I'm already this fictional character too. And I'm like, guys, please, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. I ended up changing it because I don't think it suits me anymore, right? But yeah. Oh, and also, speaking of people who have aged badly, right? Even though I hope my ex didn't age badly, right? So I told Beck about this, right? But remember that one dude that I was talking about, Seb, who was really weird to me and wanted a deeper relationship with me, and then got upset that I had fun on my birthday stream when he didn't have fun on my birthday stream, on his birthday stream, I mean. Remember that guy? Well. Well, what he did was he turned to AI slop garbage, right? He turned to actual AI slop garbage, which is so weird because he can draw, but he turned to a bunch of AI slop garbage and then vanished off the face of the internet. He has not streamed or been seen on his Discord in over a year. He just went off and vanished after making a bunch of AI slop garbo images, right? Literally the most AI slop shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life, and then he vanished. What an exit indeed. So, you know what? It makes me so happy though, because after that whole incident, I was legitimately thinking about quitting streaming because they were such assholes to me. But no, I just kept going, and now I'm here and vibing, and he had to resort to AI slop and then quit. And then he just fucking quit. But yeah, the AI slop though is so funny. I would be petty and report his channel, but one, he hasn't been online forever, and two, I don't think AI is against Twitch's terms of service. I googled it. But I would be that petty. I would be that petty. As a treat. Yeah, it should be though. It really should be. Especially since he did the most AI slop image ever and said, I drew this. And I'm like, sir, you did not draw this. This is AI. The monitor was on backwards. The monitor was on backwards. In the... Yeah, there's some streams that are only AI too, which is so sad. And speaking of AI, you know that one meme where it's like your favorite YouTuber, he wasn't my favorite YouTuber, but you slowly like, be like, what happened to you? You know that meme or something similar along those lines, right? Luckily he's changing, right? But for a while, Doug was doing so many AI streams, and it made me so sad. Because his videos, when he's not doing AI, are actually really funny and really enjoyable. But when he went on his podcast and started defending AI and made a bunch of AI videos involving AI, I'm like, come on, dude. You're actually really funny. You don't have to rely on AI to make your content funny. My favorite video of his, I sent it to Blossom and B because it was so fucking funny, is when he plays Red Dead Redemption 2, but the chat is in charge of the mods. Right? So the chat can just fucking teleport him wherever. They can spawn 80 million trains, they can spawn 80 million horses, right? And his goal is to get through a quest line, right? Without, you know, dying. And it's so funny, because sometimes they coordinate through the fast travel mod to send him to an island in the middle of nowhere, like 5 times straight. And it's so funny. It's so funny and it's so silly. It makes me cry laughing every single time. It's literally perfection. It's so good. And he does it twice, and both times are really funny. So I'm like, dude, your content is really funny. And luckily, after he got enough backlash, he started moving away from AI stuff. He still has to release his old videos. But he's saying in the future that he's gonna rely more on funsies, and I'm like, thank you. I can appreciate someone willing to change. I can appreciate someone being like, you know what, maybe the AI stuff was too much. We're gonna dial it back. Also, I really love... Well, I don't love that AI asshole stole from Studio Ghibli, right? But I do find it funny now that every single AI image now has a piss filter. Right, I don't love that they stole from, like, one of the greatest artists in the history of the universe, but I do love how there's a piss filter now on every single AI art. It's the AI slop piss filter. It's the fucking piss filter. It's eating itself. And I hope it continues to eat itself. I hope it continues to get worse. I hope it continues to look like slop. Yeah, they're feeding those images back into the AI, so now all of them have the piss filter. Oh, lunch is almost over. I don't think we have time to run back, so we'll just keep grinding. We'll pick up the stuff from the shop at the start of later today, right? Because you know we're vibing. I know if I try to actually go in any direction now, I'll just end up spending more time on my lunch break that I'm not supposed to. So we'll just keep farming, then we'll buy everything at the grocery store. Everything at the grocery store. This really is. Look, we've been spending what, about 50 minutes? I started a little bit late. 45 minutes. We already got 1,000. That's a pretty good time. I'm no speedrunner, but it's a pretty good time. Literally the best farming place. If you guys play Skong and you need some cash money, just do this. Just do this and vibe. Oh yeah, we'll do one more round and then I want to show off the garbage AI that they did. For fun. Alright, yeah. 1,065, 66. We're good. Perfect. Now we can buy everything at the store. Now we can buy everything at the store. I don't know if I'll get in trouble by sharing his full Twitch name, so I won't show the ones with his full Twitch name on it, right? But I will share the others. Funnily enough, Nanu, since we have so many messages, I can just go through Beck's Tumblr messages, and we'll find it faster that way. Funnily enough. Funnily enough. As I go through all of our Higgs images. Higgs, my beloved. There we go. It took me 2 seconds. So it blurs out the actual full name, right? But alright, let me switch over to Minor Culture. Actual AI soul. Actual AI slaw. Actual AI slop. And we have more. We have more of those as well. Why is it not clicking on the right image? That's fine. Even if it doesn't click on this one, we'll click on this one too. This is the one where he said, I finished art, and you can just, the monitor is on fucking back. The monitor is on back. And then there's this muffin that you can obviously tell is from a different fucking AI generated website. You did not finish art. The monitor's on backward. The monitor is on backwards. I don't know why it's not clicking on the image that I want to. But yeah, actual AI slop. Alright, let me try refreshing. Let me try opening up on Tumblr on a different browser. Sometimes Firefox really doesn't like Tumblr and it throws a hissy fit. So let me try, because I want to show you guys this too. Oh, I can show you guys. No, here's what we'll do. So I don't have to fight with things, because we only have 3 minutes left until time, right? Beck, remember the video that I sent you? That's the most dramatic ass shit. That's obviously AI. Well, here we go. So this is his promotional video. I'll stop when he actually starts speaking, right? But this is the most dramatic AI shit that I have ever seen. Look. He must have been like, hey Grok, can you make me this video? Ain't no way, indeed. Look at this absolute slob. And how dare he put my boy Majima through this? How dare he put my sweet boy Majima through this? It's funny too because his computer can't even play half these games. His computer legit, like, I didn't know what this game was that's about to show, and Nanu told me, and there's no way that his computer could run this game. And it's so dramatic. And then it's just this guy. It's so dramatic as fuck, and then it's just except this game's really good. So it's so, look at how fucking dramatic this shit is. Look at how just fucking dramatic. And it's just this is the most AI shit I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. It's so AI. So the fact that he made this AI slop and then vanished off the face of the internet. Yeah. And he's never played a Yakuza game unless he played one in the last year that he kept going, which he easily could have, right? But the thing is, his PC can't run games very well. That's why he mostly plays indies, right? And I don't think he had a PlayStation. So he can't play Yakuza. Detroit, I feel like, is old enough that it could be played. Hades too, you can play Hades. But this game, there's no way in hell. This is like false advertising. There's no way his PC could ever run this game. But yeah, all of this just to advertise, and the fact that it's obviously AI slop in the first 2 seconds. And I started a little bit late. I really want to see if I can get this to. All right, here's what I'll do instead, because I really want to show this last AI slop image, and then we'll call it. Because I took screenshots to send to Beck, so I can use those screenshots, send it to myself through Discord, because Tumblr's being rude. And I'll send that to myself. There we go. Okay. And it's been sent to myself. So then I'll open up my personal Discord. I'll zoom in away from the one that actually shows his full Twitch name. But this is AI slop. It's zoomed in, so we can kind of scoot around a little bit. But look at this AI slop. Look at this AI slop image that he used in his advertising. It's so bad. Look, these chairs over here don't fucking exist. These chairs over here legit. What's going on with that monitor? Right? What's going on with those monitors? Right? There's part of a chair. Right? This is the most AI. Here, I bet I can scroll up and show it, just not show his name. Yeah. This. Oh, that's my OBS. Hold on. I don't want to accidentally show off my OBS. So this cuts out his name, right? His full Twitch name, but look at how cursed this is. Like, what the fuck are these amalgamations? Probably would still produce slop. Yeah, those are supposed to be muffins. I know because I'm actually the person who came up with the muffin idea. Well, he did too, but I came up with the blueberry muffin backstory, right? I came up with this guy's backstory. Shout out to me for coming up with that. But yeah, but yeah, this one is honestly terrifying. And it gets worse the more you go to the edge. I'm the master at Twitch branding. Apparently, according to him, the only reason I have an audience is because I'm a furry. So, legit actual quote. The only reason people like me is because I'm a furry streamer. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, classic quote. But yeah, it looks so bad. Look at how cursed this is horrifying. This is absolutely horrifying. Absolute, and you can still tell that this muffin is taken from a different program. So yeah, that has been my little bit of shit talking for the day. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. So yeah, that has been my little bit of shit talking and Silksong grinding for today. I will be back after work. Same time, same place. 6 p.m. Pacific time. That way I'll have time to make dinner. And we'll buy everything at the store. We have 1,000 rosaries. We can buy so many things at the grocery store. So many things. We'll be set. We'll be set. Pro tip: if you play Skong and need to grind, just grind in that one spot. It's so easy. But yeah, I'll be back later. Enjoy the rest of your day. We don't got time for an ending song. How is it already 105? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'll see you guys later tonight.